Hello, everyone. I'm JEAN-CLAUDE at Beyond Mystic, and welcome to this evening's Beyond the News. We are breaking news tonight with the lovely Meg Moonbeam. You can find her, of course, on the Academy, here on the consultation page at Beyond Mystic, and also at her Scorpling shop at thescorpingshop.com. Meg, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm very good. I've just arrived at a conscious festival called Earthbeat in Ontario. I'm feeling the vibes, lots of magical people around, and so happy to be joining you guys tonight. Thanks for inviting me.
Excellent. Thank you for joining us, Meg. And folks, please also join me in welcoming the amazing ASHALA. You can find her work also here on the Academy, as well as on the consultation page here at Beyond Mystic. ASHALA, welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm really well, thank you, Jean-Claude. Happy that my Starlink is working today. It's been quite an interesting week of Mercury retrograde, so.
Exactly. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us here tonight. We're doing a special show, of course, in lieu of the show last night. Let me do a bit of housekeeping. Yesterday, for those of you who bought the viewer question pay-per-view on beyondmystic.net, it kind of cut out within the first 10 minutes as Coco was going through the questions with Janine. Janine lost her connection to the internet all day. And so they will be recording this again on Monday. So if you've already bought this, keep the link, same password, everything. The episode will be available to you sometime Monday afternoon. I believe they're recording live at 3 p.m. for the Insider Access Pass, which means that you should have the episode at 4 p.m. here on Monday. And of course, tonight's show is the normal Thursday night show, which we couldn't get working last night at the last minute, again, with all of these connectivity issues. And so thank you so much to both ASHALA and Meg for joining in tonight and helping me out, because Janine is hosting a wedding in her backyard. So she's got a whole bunch of people there, and she was a little bit stressed out. And of course, we missed the show last night. And so ASHALA and Meg were nice enough to come and join me tonight to fill in for the lovely Janine. So, guys, we have a lot to go through this evening. I have some prizes also to give away. And we have a special guest at the end of the show also coming in to join us tonight. So quite a few things to get through tonight. I think before we start into the news, maybe we could do this with ASHALA tonight with the card view there. I'd like to take a poll on what's coming up next week. It very much appears here in the last couple of days, the rhetoric has changed quite a bit in DC. And it looks like things are about to move on many fronts, whether that's the Epstein list, whether that's the Federal Reserve, whether that's Obama, whether that's Clinton. There's a lot that seems to be on the table right now, but we don't know. So let's do it first poll to bring us out to next week, ASHALA. Maybe a 40,000-foot view here of what we can expect in terms of energies.
Mm-hmm.
Nathalie Lavoie, bonsoir. Merci. Thank you. She says you all look great. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's late Friday night, but we're trying. Yeah.
Okay, so this coming week,
Yeah,
we can all look at this together. Holy goodness.
Ooh.
Okay, so, this is the best card in the deck, really. It aspects everything around it super well. So, grand revelations, really big turning point, really big, expansive, everything coming to the surface. But look at this. We've got following that 10 of Wands. So it feels like what I'm getting is there's almost going to be one major event in the next week that is a big revelation, that is a big turning point, that is a big expander. But it's going to create such a ripple that, I mean, it's just, yeah, like it's, I don't want to say the word nuclear, but there's this massive feeling. So happening also interdimensionally, with sun energy, because seeing cards like the Strength card and the Sun side by side, indicating that this is a massive turning point, but it will sort of shut things down. It's going to have this effect because 10 of Wands is like burnout. So something really big, a big blast that then creates a downturn, temporary downturn.
Can we get a
Yeah.
clarifier on the downturn? Is it emotional? Does it come into physicality to where, I don't know, for example, we close the borders somewhere, that there's big physical issues having to do with that? Is it just a slack-jawed moment where everybody just like, I'm not going to work today, I have to integrate what the hell just happened? What's going on?
Okay, so it's interesting because we're still in Mercury retrograde, and this card, Six of Swords, is related to communications, telecommunications. So perhaps more outages. And as we're transitioning between systems, yeah, and this is interesting because it could be even global.
Oh,
So I'm wondering if this is specifically related to systems, internal systems, or if it's more off-world stuff. This feels to me, because it affects the whole world, and it could be over the course of a couple of days. It might even extend into a week or two with big disruptions, and it feels very solar oriented. But it's also, the timing is perfect because we've been waiting for the energy to gather for these bigger moves to happen, right? We've been waiting for the momentum, the energy.
right.
The strength card is where there's built a degree of momentum, or we're at a good point for, maybe something like a shutdown as the systems transfer over.
Okay, so a couple of things on that. Meg, I'm going to ask you to bring the astrology up for next week also to see how that ties in and what you can glean from that. But before I do that, there's another comment on the screen here. You just mentioned something, ASHALA, here. It's world, and it could last a couple of days. It could be technical. You have the sun in there. Could it be that we have some type of days of darkness to where maybe comms are down because of a solar flare? Could it be that comms are down because there's this huge fight about the information that's about to come out? Shalane Maxwell apparently just named 100 names here today. What else could we see about this next week here? How does that translate?
So I'm not seeing darkness.
Okay.
I am seeing information. Because we've got the King of Swords. He's very much about, science, technology, right? So we've got two things related to communication systems, science, and technology. So initially, I'm getting the feeling that this is more about shifting systems within the tech realm. And less, we've got another king here. So financial systems, tech systems. I am not feeling as much news and EBS broadcast. I'm feeling more to replace systems, if that makes sense.
Well, Trump just visited the Federal Reserve this week. He kind of put Powell on notice on many fronts. From a legislative point of view, they just passed, of course, the Genius Act, which brings us closer to, I guess, mass adoption of cryptocurrencies, perhaps CBDCs that are still in there as well. And then they also did, there was an executive order, I think it was yesterday or today, that was aimed at canceling FedNow, one of those government transfer payment systems, to be replaced with what exactly we don't know. But that's interesting that you say that. So there could be some move there on the financial front. I'll look for that FedNow executive order. I have it on my Twitter here at some point. Meg, your first reaction to the cards now? Like, what's interesting though is in the last 2-3 weeks, we were all being gaslit. There's no list. Go away. Don't ask questions. All this stuff, and we were kind of like, "What the hell's going on?" But now we find ourselves in a Mercury retrograde. But yet, during this retrograde, now suddenly Ghislaine Maxwell wants to spill names. She wants to talk to the DOJ. The DOJ wants to talk to her. What? They didn't talk to her before when they prosecuted her and put her in jail. So suddenly we have movement on the Obama file, the coup d'etat. Suddenly we have movement Trump just announcing today that he's going to be releasing more Epstein stuff, even though just 2 days before he said it was no such thing. It was all a scam by the Democrats. So we're in a retrograde, but yet it appears that we're going to be moving forward. What the hell has just happened here, Meg? What's your interpretation?
Yeah. Oh my God, there's so much happening. And what I'm getting from astrologically, also with the cards, it's all, I love doing the cards with ASHALA because we really kind of line up in a kind of freaky way, because what you just got, ASHALA, literally lines up perfect in the astrology. But what I'm feeling, first of all, is we're moving forward by having to look at the past. We're going to be fully stepping into a new energy by revelations coming forward that need to come forward from the past regarding our leaders, politics, systems, and structures of life. We need to have that full disclosure, which is going to be very shocking, like one of the most historical moments of our lives, before we can really step into this new energy. And it's so interesting, Ashal, you got 2 Leo cards there. I don't know if you said that because I don't know if my connection's wonky. I like cut out for a whole minute there, so I didn't hear the whole thing you said. But the strength and the sun are both related to the sign of Leo, right? We're in Leo season right now. We're going through a Mercury retrograde in Leo until August 10th, which is what? Mercury retrograde, Mercury, the information, truth, revealing, disclosures, gossip about. Leo is the politicians, the people in powerful placements, celebrities, rock stars, royalty as well. We're seeing it on all fronts. So we're in that Mercury retrograde in Leo, and it feels like, I think we talked about this recently, Ashala, on an As Above, So Below show, that the retrogrades, all the transits feel like they're getting stronger. Like I've been personally experiencing that with this Mercury retrograde. Everything just feels like it's being amplified and stronger. So totally makes sense what you're getting with the Leo season, Mercury retrograde in Leo. Also, I think the really big daddy thing, if you will, is that Granddaddy Saturn, as I like to call him, and Neptune, starting on July 30th, which is Wednesday of next week, I believe, will both be in the sign of Aries at 1 degrees, an Aries degree, in the same sign, in the same degree, together from July 30th to August 15th. We're not going to have that historic exact grand conjunction between the two of them until February 19th, 2026. But guys, Saturn conjunct Neptune is the dissolving Neptune of our systems and structures of life and the matrix. Saturn is the matrix. So what is going to possibly create a total dissolving? It's going to have to do with our governments, Saturn. It's going to have to do with the politicians. It's going to have to do with Saturn is karma and going to jail. Okay, Saturn doesn't mess around. And all these people, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, all these people, I've looked at all their charts. They've got really messed up astrology to where their transits are, these people are already in jail. Okay, are we still on Rumble, JC? YouTube?
Yeah, I just posted a link actually. So hold on. So let me do that again, guys. Yeah, we normally don't do this show on YouTube, but here you go. So here's the link. If you're watching us on YouTube now, please come and join us either on X or on Rumble for the full no holds barred conversation. Okay, so let me just remove the YouTube feed. Yes, and yes.